EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Las Vegas Raiders. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
They run for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was pop free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now to the air. Locke out to his left. And this one caught by Max Williams. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field. And that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. To throw it is Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Out of his end zone, Mariota. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Hamler now on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Here's Locke. Flush to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week. yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Locke to throw. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back to the ground now with Gordon. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Judy, complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On 1st down, Locke. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Locke off of play action. On the move to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from TCU, Trayvon Merrick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Mariota. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. This is Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 19. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
On 3rd down, Mariota.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
And they'll run the end around here with Judy. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
On 4th down, Sam Martin is on to punt for the Broncos.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he could easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Mariota rolling to his right. He finds his target, John Brown.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mariota. Philip Dorsett hauls it in.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs, and he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
112 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, so this is a 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Carlson now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They look to throw. It's Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
This is fielded at the 27. And running with power here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mariota and the Raiders now come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He starts by handing this off to Drake. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the 1st down. Off the play fake, Mariota. He'll buy some time right. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Jacobs. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now this time, Carl throw. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Jacobs. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you handle it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Henry Ruggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw on 2nd and 10. Locke got Gordon open, completes it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Broncos on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Block now to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by the rookie, Divine Diablo.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. One final try for Locke. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Las Vegas,
their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.